They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 120! Shift! Watch the shift!
The first carry now for Jordan Howard. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A pass complete here to Conley. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check it back. Hey, empty. Ramp. Watch safety creeping. Safety creeping.
Now Howard. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Trying the right side with Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Joker. Back. Great.
Running with Howard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
82, 40. 54. Mike, 54. Man, 5-7. Hey, it's just me and you. Hey, Alpha. It's just me and you. Jim.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect.
11.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check 4-3. 11. 12.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And the 49er first down.
Here we go. Wait, 80! White.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
57.
On second down, it's Howard, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
That's another Eagles first down. First down at the 50-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
With the score, Niners 3, Eagles nothing.
120. Check, 43. Oh, you got deep? He's 5-7. We got double up.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 37. Great 15.
On play action, Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
No.
On play action, it's Wentz. Able to find Switzer. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first down, Wentz. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his second touchdown on the season, and the Eagles have taken the lead. extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
49ers 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They run with Breida. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. 18 yards, first down Niners.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
Here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Mike 50, Mike 50. 65, 13.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And an alley to run. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Wentz now on first down. The Sanders has got it complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! This one, 7. Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, hey, hey. Lefty, lefty. 3 down, 3 down. 25, check 25, check 25.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. And able to find Conley. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Hey, Rip 5-2, out here. I got you, son. March 43. Down the man inside, down the man. Hey, check, check. Check 26, check 26. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
Wentz's pass, intended for Dallas Goedert, incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 3, check 3.
Running from the gun with Howard. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
Breida to get the third quarter started. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
12, fellas. Here we go. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go.
They head to the line 21. Facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Mike, 44. Watch the curl. I got you. Both to Mike. Mike's both. Watch the curl.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. 27 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Wentz. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 80! 44. 11.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 19 yards away. And the Niners take it. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Kill. Hey, watch it. Hatch it. Check. Ram.
On first, they go right back to Howard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Alert three.
On second and a couple. Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quan Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Hey, Delta. Ram. Please.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a one-score deficit.
Eagles 18.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Check girls, check.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
They run again with Breida. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Here we go, here we go. Let's get it. 65, 65.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Rush in, rush in. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Switch. Other side, solid, solid.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check safety, check safety. Check 9, check 9. Bang, 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 bang. Run, run.
From the 44, Wentz looking deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Philly. 49 yards. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Hey, empty, empty. Check 4, check 4.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll try again with Howard. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Check your hot read. The great 57. No.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Here's Wentz to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. 180! Switch!
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Ready? Check 31. Check. Black, come on. Great. SOS. SOS. SOS.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here we go. Pac-Man. 120. Mike 54. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Sunday. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike. Topper. Watch the twist.
On the give, running right is Howard. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 57 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Wentz now on 1st down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run with Howard. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Go. 280. You can't block me.
They'll run with Sanders. Ooh, the juke. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Watch the ship.
Once again with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with now 2 4th-quarter touchdowns, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Garoppolo gives to Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a give coming right is Breida. That one 28 yards on the ground.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially solve it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A give to Howard running left. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 56! Cut, cut! What's that? Mike 56! Mike 56! Coming to you, coming to you. What's that?
Back to throw, Wentz. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Lion. You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Check, check, check. Check grip. 24, check 24. Shoot, shoot, shoot. What's that?
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
To throw is Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Back.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Crunch time, defense. Jim. Check. Black. 21. 10.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. His throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Back up. I had to get back up.
got bags from Prada.